Hey everyone, so we're going to go ahead and review some of the parts of Source Filmmaker that you really couldn't see from the actual video. I'm going to show you guys how to make one of these setups. So basically we're going to review lighting, character movement, camera angles, and original and imported movement. And you'll see what I mean by that in a second. And so basically what's going on here is we have, I've shown you all this stuff before, but basically I'm going to move this timeline and you can actually see the video taking place. You can kind of hear the music in the background as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my workspace and you can actually see the camera that I was in before. So this is the camera, and that kind of gives you an idea of what camera angles do. If you notice, the camera slightly moves and it moves with the character. So that's pretty awesome. So as you can see, the camera's moving as he moves as well. And up here, actually, this character is moving, this character is running, and you can see the camera follow him. And so there's a lot you can do with cameras in this software for sure. Looking a little bit at character movement, basically what I can do is I can go into this scene, I can click my character, and all these lines show up, all these little lines in the bottom. I can let you see them there. And these lines represent every single body part of the character. So let's take a look. You can kind of see the bones of the character here. Let's take a look at the, specifically his legs. Let's take a look at his knee. This is how his knee moves. That's how his knee's moving the entire time. And so if you click that character, it adds up all the movements for you, and you can kind of see him in that big graph. But this represents his movement in 3D space. And so now what we can do is, basically that's how every character moves. You can change that by moving a body part yourself, or you can actually import movements. And in this case, I've imported the running movement of the scout, of the character there. Now going to lighting, lighting is a different character completely. Some of the game has its own lighting. This world has its own lighting, for example. However, there are certain points where you have a dark spot. And so what I like to do is I usually add lighting to that. So the light is coming from this back area over here, and you can kind of see as I move the light around, it'll shift basically where the light's going. And so lights are really cool in this software. It's really fun to use, but I can't go into it in extreme detail. But finally, I wanted to talk about importing versus creating your own movement. Like I said before, you can really move characters around, move them up and down, back and forth, all in 3D. All in 3D time, and then you can take that movement and you can kind of transition between that movement and another movement. But what you can also do, you can actually import sequences. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the regular notion or regular steps to import a movement onto a character. And these movements are basically movements from the original game. So now what we can do is if we want to import a sequence into this character, or import some movement that the game already has, we can just go down here, import a sequence, and now the character is dancing, right? It's very simple, very easy to do, but a lot of movements require that own finesse, and you'll see in a lot of cases importing movement doesn't quite make sense. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll pass it on to my real self.